Hello, Atari ST fans, fans of computer games in general, fans of Boulder Dash Construction Set. This is 8-Bit Jeff here. Today we are going to crack the seal.
Crack the seal
On the Boulder Dash Construction Set for the Atari ST. In the second part of this video, which is going to be another video, we are actually going to build a thing. Let's make a thing! Let's make a thing! Yeah! And by build a thing, we're going to make a level with this, but that is in a follow-up video. We are going to test this out, though, on my Atari STE, and then we'll also test it out in emulation to see if it plays any different, because the STE is going to be recorded into my computer, not from HDMI, but from the AV out from the ST. So it may not get the greatest picture. We're going to try both and see whichever one works. The HDMI will not connect properly, unfortunately. I don't know why. I just tried it. It's not working properly. But we're going to get a recording of Boulder Dash Construction Set from the ST to the computer, and we'll also get an emulated version after we crack the seal. Now, I don't seem to have my knife with me today. I'm not quite sure why, but that's okay. We don't need the knife. Here is the front of the Boulder Dash Construction Kit box. This is the max out version. I'm pretty sure this is a budget version. It was released in the United States, though, under this budget label. There also was a full version, obviously, by First Star. I'll have to check and see if they actually released it for the ST or it came out for someone else, but this was first designed by First Star Software. Let's read a little bit from the back of the box while you stare at the front of the box. More thrills for Boulder Dash fanatics. And now, with the construction kit, you can create your own den of doom. Or, for a truly riveting experience, you can mine for diamonds in one of the pre-constructed games. We'll try both a little bit. We've got to warn you, the place is gnarly. The amoebas are still here, the stray boulders, the nasty fireflies, the whole rotten mess. You can eat it bad on this one, pal. They say it's the greatest underground movement in known times. I don't know what that means. Think of all the diamonds down there, but remember, what goes down does not necessarily come back up. The front of the box has, a nice drawn picture. And now we're going to, I'm going to get this close to my mic. We're going to crack the seal. Well, actually, it's not really cracking with my my fingernails all that well, but there we are. Ooh, maybe I got a paper cut from that. We are going to crack the seal, and here we're going to take off the shrink wrap right now. We are cracking the seal. I think it's better when I use my knife. There we are. Box did not get too damaged from that. There's the box without the seal on it. In fact, it's much easier to read without the glare. First, let's open up this box and see what it contains. All right. First thing that's coming out of the box is a manual that has an ad for California games. And it says, available for, this is interesting. Very, very interesting why this would be in here. California games, available for Apple II and compatibles, Apple IIgs, Amiga, Commodore 64 and 128, IBM PC compatibles. Why is this in the ST box if it doesn't have ST on it? Well, I know California Games and California Games 2 both available for the ST. Not quite sure why Redwood City, Galveston, Epix would leave it out, but that was the beauty of being an Atari ST owner. You didn't even know what software was available, and neither did they. Okay, especially in the USA. Here is a Boulder Dash Construction Set of keyboard commands for the Atari ST. This is good. This will help us build a level. We're only going to play a little bit and build a little bit maybe in this video, but very interesting. Coming out of the box, there's a cartoon or a comic strip here. Oh, actually, on the front of the manual it says, see if you can get any closer to this. From the manual it says, for use with Commodore 64, 128, Apple II, IBM PC and compatibles, Atari ST, and Atari 800 computers. Yes, this came out for the Atari 8-bits too, along with billions of games, okay, thousands of games before 1985, and then a few thousand afterwards, or a few hundred afterwards, once the XEGS came out and the later XE compatibles, and all kinds of good stuff. So here is a cartoon. We're not going to read it right now. I'm going to put it right here, and I don't want to read through this cartoon, but let's just take a look real quick. The punchline is, okay, my name is Rockford, and diamonds are my game. And then the final panel says, it appears you have an interest in diamonds, young man. So we have to fill in the middle of that somewhere. Okay, oh, there's another panel. Anyway, getting started for the Commodore 64, Apple, Atari ST, making your selections. Once it's loaded, constructing a game. We're going to need that part. Let's see what else we have here. I'm looking for a manifesto is what we're looking for. Bump, bump. Maxed out. Brand new wave of fun. So the company that produced this from Epix was Max Out. And very interesting. They have Spy vs. Spy 3, Red Warrior, Spiderbot, and Deflexor. Doesn't say what systems they're for. Possibly for the Commodore 64 and the Atari ST. Free software! Another one. Fill out this card, you get free software. Epix, P.O. Box 5367, Redwood City, California, 94063. I wonder if that P.O. Box is still getting cards and things for Epix. What do we got here? Oh, look at this. Looky here. We have the standard red and white Epix disc for the Atari ST. Right here. Very nice looking disc. 1987 Epix Inc. So we have successfully cracked the seal, I should say, on Boulder Dash Construction Set. Now let's move over to the trusty Atari ST, the 4160 STE, and let's see if this boots up. We are now at the trusty 4160 STE, so we can test loading up the disk in real time before we move over to trying out the game in a captured state on the laptop. So here it is. We're going to stick the disk into the disk drive. Flip on the 4160 STE. There we are. Not supposed to look that way. That's the color it's supposed to look like. So one of the last things we did was try out a game on here that was the miniature golf, one of the miniature golf games, and it didn't work right. It didn't look right. I didn't understand why. Now I understand why. It was the VGA. So You can run the editor or you can run the loader. Let's run the loader. And we are going to play a game of Boulder Dash before we boot up the system on the, we may do it in emulation. Well, first let's do this. First, let's see how this works. It is loading up fine, and it looks good. I'm not quite sure. Oh, there we go. 1 kit, 2 game. Let's just play a version of the game before we move to emulation and/or depending if this goes into the computer right, and we'll try it. A little bit of construction, but not a full construction, because that will be for let's make a thing. Just type in game 1. I think you just type game 1. There we are. Okay, after loading the game, here's the ST one. Make your selections for following. Play a pre-saved game, type game 1, hit return. It says, by moving the joystick, so to choose a number of players, 1 or 2, by moving the joystick left. Just move the joystick? Okay, so joystick works. So 1 player, 1 joystick. And then, okay, perfect. And then when game 1 is loaded, moving it up and down will make a choice. So you go like, for which cave you want. And you press the joystick button, but guess what? The button isn't doing anything for me. Wait. Okay. That was weird. Let's see if this works now. So we're recording it to my external mic? Probably. So the goal of Boulder Dash is to collect all the diamonds on a level. But because you have all these different elements, you can make more than just a Boulder Dash game. So when we come back, we're going to try and copy the Pac-Man maze on the scrolling maze and make Pac-Man. But that's what we're going to do when we make our design. That's loud. Oh my gosh. There we go. Okay, well, it works with a couple problems, especially that sound.
an 8-Bit Rocket Studios production.